Welcome back to Thrifted Living. My name is Kieran. I would like to take you to some garage sales and thrift stores with me today. Right off the bat, I found some amazing Dear America books and My America books. They are my absolute favorite, and I love to have a collection of them in my classroom. I've said before, when I was a kid, I struggled to read and find things that were interesting to me, and those were the one series that I really absolutely loved. So, this sale is actually a teacher sale. I've been to this sale before. The teacher had this last year, and I believe that they have retired, and so this is like all of their classroom stuff, and everything that they have is like perfect for my classroom. I have a lot of books about history and things like that. And I just found so many great books at this sale. I am looking for Dogman books. One of my students really loves Dogman. And so I'm trying to find some. And when I actually was talking to the teacher at this sale, they said they did have Dogman books earlier in the day, but then somebody came and bought them all, which I'm not surprised. They're very, very popular right now. And then they had so many different types of like bulletin board supplies. They had borders, they had little cutouts, and it was just so much fun to see everything. This garage sale last year actually had a whole selection of ties and like hundreds of ties. And what the teacher told me is that they actually did a challenge every day, and they would wear a different tie every single day, and then if the students noticed the one time they duplicated the tie, they got a prize. Then look at this bag of scissors. I was really tempted, but I work with elementary, and so I thought maybe those might not be very like the best size for my kids to use. But then I was like, I could use them in the craft room. Some more flashcards and things like that, and I saw some paper as well. I was like, oh, I could really use that, but I decided not to because I do have a decent selection in my classroom right now. This is a whole bag of lanyards with like the little covers on the front or that you would put on the bottom. I thought about getting them. I don't know. I was just trying to think of DIY projects I could do. Here are some little crafting caddies. I think they actually might have been used for planting, and then a bunch of fake money. They had a fake checkbook. This made me think of my mom. It's actually a baking and like cake decorating traveling kit. It was so cool. I don't have a use for it, but that's where all of the different like attachments are that you would use to put different kind of frosting on. And I was so tempted to get it, but I decided I didn't need it. And of course, I love big books. I just think they're so much fun. I have a whole collection of those in my classroom as well. And this teacher actually really loves elephants, I'm pretty sure, because a lot of the decorations that you are seeing here were related to elephants, like so many different things. I'm also really drawn to organizational items that like right now. So this is something that you would use to organize wrapping paper and things like that. And I was really tempted, but I decided not to. It was only $1 though. Some Christmas decorations. I'm actually organizing our Christmas stuff right now, so I have been trying to avoid bringing any more into our house. And then I actually ended up getting these erasers. They go on the top of a dry erase marker. I did end up buying these, and I actually just put them on a lot of my dry erase markers. So my kids are loving using them, and I think it's really handy because the eraser is attached to the dry erase marker itself. And of course, more elephants. As you can see, they really love elephants. And it's fun because a lot of this stuff is Dollar Tree. Like, I think they call it the Learning Tree. I can't remember, like where the teacher stuff is. A lot of it is vintage Dollar Tree, which is really cool to see. I love to see, especially everything in that. I want to say it's called the Learning Tree, but it might have a different name. All of the section that has all of the teacher stuff in it. And then I did see some borders, and I was really tempted by this hot air balloon border because you guys know my classroom is like around the world theme with hot air balloons and rainbows and flags and things like that. So I really thought about getting it, but I decided not to. And then I found some different school things at some thrift stores. As you can see, different types of manipulatives and things like that. I did end up buying this next item. It's like a traveling planetarium type thing. My one grade that I work with learns about the solar system, and I think that'll be really, really fun to use. Then I saw this, and it totally brought back a memory of, earth science or, different science classes in high school. I also saw this really cute little hot air balloon. I would say it's probably like crocheted item, but then I decided to not get it because it was a little damaged. I've also been looking for photo albums and trying really to find a lot of different kinds because when we were cleaning out my mom's house, we actually found a lot of photos, and I would really love to have them all in one spot. I actually have a shelf that I got at a garage sale, and I'm sorry, actually at a thrift store, and it has so many different spaces for these photo albums, so it's sort of become my photo album, center. Then I saw these pearls and I thought they were really, really pretty. And this is the crafting section of this one particular thrift store. This, I believe, is an Erin Condren planner. The name sounds so familiar to me, but I loved all of the stars on it. Then for some reason, I found a ton of different types of precious moments items. And these were all different types of precious moments items that I feel like you don't typically see. Like I saw these little plush characters, which were really cute. And then this was a whole precious moments bed set. It was for a crib. I have never seen anything like this. So it was just interesting because normally you see the figurines, but I thought it was really cool to see some other things. And then these are just a little couple things of home decor. These little, I would say they're tulips. I think they're pretty. And I did end up buying this butterfly, even though I'm afraid of butterflies in real life. I thought that was really pretty. Then look at these lampshades. Those are so beautiful. I don't know anything about them. They look like they'd be really heavy. They kind of remind me of Pizza Hut because I feel like Pizza Hut used to have something like that. And then these were little I don't even know, like yard decor. They were very shiny and sparkly in person, and I didn't think I'd have a spot for them to go. They also seemed kind of fragile, so I decided to not get them. Then this little laundry basket was very nostalgic for me. It's funny how you can find things that are just completely random but very nostalgic. This basket was really cool too. It was really big and it had these cool handles and a ton of storage, on the inside, but I decided to not get it because I have quite a few of those already. And this chair I thought was kind of cool. And then over here there were a few bookcases which I should have bought. I always want to buy all of the bookcases, all of the home organization, but I did not end up buying these. I think this is a calligraphy kit, which I just thought was really interesting to see. This next item, I actually already had a set of this many years ago, and I actually donated it, but it was interesting to see it all like within its original packaging. I love the shoes at this thrift store. I have found the most amazing shoes here. I found vintage mud shoes, vintage Skechers, like literally, I don't know how they do it, but this store has the best shoes. Sean has also found great shoes at this thrift store. Like I don't know, this is my thrift store for shoes, and it's interesting how that kind of works out like that. Then this next pair reminded me a lot of Mud brand shoes, like 90s Mud brand. They were not, but I just thought they were really interesting. They were not my size and they were kind of heavy, but I thought they were cool. And then I found these roller skates. Just makes me think of like a local roller skating place, but I did not buy them either. Then here is the section of some nostalgic items. So there's this Paddington Bear photo album that is, very nostalgic. I also found this Lisa Frank puzzle. I think it's vintage and it's sealed within the package. I'm not 100% sure though. Then I found this absolutely amazing vintage Goosebumps game. Look at this. How cool is this? I know somebody that will really love that. And then I found a couple of these little stuffed animal, like I think electronic animals. Do you know that dog toy that like flips? I don't know if you guys have seen something like that. That thing always scared me when I was a kid. I didn't have one. I think one of my cousins did, and it just always scared me. I found a couple pieces of what I think are vintage clothing items. So this is a vintage Tweety vest I thought was interesting, and then also these Scooby-Doo slippers. Definitely vintage. I'm almost positive. I think I actually looked at the date on the tag, but I remember seeing things like this when I was a kid. Then there was this Razor scooter. I never had one, but I always thought they were really cool. It's called a dream tent, and I feel like I remember seeing a lot of infomercials for that. A few items that would be for like the kitchen and baking, things like that. A lot of them remind me of my mom because my mom loved to bake and cook. She was just absolutely amazing at it. So definitely love seeing these items. And then I saw some hobnail milk glass. I love milk glass still. I just think it's so beautiful. And then I also found this really fun s'mores kit where each part of the little basket has different things, like one part's for marshmallows and graham crackers and chocolate. So I had so much fun thrifting and going to some garage sales. I hope that you guys had fun joining me at these sales. This video is a collection of videos I've been filming since probably spring. So I did buy some of this stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to share a haul with you guys guys soon. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new. You can follow me on Facebook at Thrifted Living or on Instagram at Thrifted Living YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!